President Joe Biden addressed a joint session of Congress tonight where he outlined what he's accomplished in his first 100 days in office. Tonight, our Verify team breaks down some of his biggest claims.
Plus, the U.S. Secretary of Veterans Affairs visited Spokane tonight, where he promised to improve care for local veterans.
And at least now we, part of it, even if it's not in Spokane, at least we part of Bloomsday, so that's kind of fun.
Plus, Bloomsday kicks off in just 2 days, and while it's virtual again this year, that's not stopping runners from all across the country and beyond from signing up.
The warmest weather yet arrives tomorrow with temperatures easily in the 70s and 80s for the inland northwest, and I'm tracking just how long that is going to last.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 11. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Hello everyone, I'm Regina Ahn. Well, President Joe Biden gave his first address to Congress tonight, and he took the opportunity to outline what his administration has accomplished his first 100 days in office.
Tonight, our Verify team watched this address very closely and then got to work separating fact from fiction. Our Evan Koslov joining us now with a story you'll only see right here on KREM 2.
We had a team of researchers from across the country fact-checking this speech, and as always, we're leaving the politics out of it and just sticking to the facts. Let's start with this claim from President Biden.
After I promised we'd get 100 million COVID-19 vaccine shots into people's arms in 100 days, we will have provided over 220 million COVID shots in those 100 days.
To answer this one, we turned to data from the CDC, and we found out that this is mostly true, although not exactly. As of April 28th, the number was nearly 235 million doses. But at the end of President Trump's term, it was just over 20 million doses. Do the math, and we have nearly 214 million doses during his first 100 days. That's actually short of 220 million doses by more than 6 million. But it's important to note that Biden's 100th day is actually tomorrow, so the number will increase. Okay, here's our next claim.
Nearly 90% of the infrastructure jobs created in the American Jobs Plan do not require a college degree. 75% don't require an associate's degree.
This one is mostly true, but it needs some context. Biden appears to be referencing this report from the Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce. It found that Biden's proposed American Jobs Plan could create or save some 15 million jobs over 10 years, of which 75% would be for people with no more than a high school diploma. There would also be an additional 10% for folks with an associate degree, but no bachelor degree. So that would be 85% of the jobs, nearly 90%. Although some might consider an associate degree a college degree. Lastly, here's a question we're seeing a lot online. People asking why this is not being referred to as a State of the Union speech. And the answer here is pretty simple, according to a report from the Congressional Research Service. Biden just got inaugurated, so it's become tradition to hold off on a formal State of the Union. But essentially, this is different in name only. With your Verify, I'm Evan Koslov.
Good information as usual. We have more information on our website. That's KREM.com. The Verify team broke down more claims from President Biden, as well as some claims from Senator Tim Scott as well, who delivered the Republican response.
So if you want to see the full list of claims, just text the word Verify to 509-448-2000 and we'll send a link directly to your phone. Two suspects who are linked with a string of bank robberies in North Idaho and Spokane have been arrested.
And according to Spokane Valley Police, the suspects were linked to robberies at Wells Fargo in Post Falls, Banner Bank in Spokane Valley, and First Interstate Bank in Spokane. Today, detectives located and arrested 33-year-old Jesse Jenkins after they found him hiding in a bathroom stall of a local business. Jenkins is believed to have committed all three robberies, according to police.
The first suspect, 39-year-old Sean Morrell, was arrested a week ago after being pulled over for a traffic stop. Morrell's car matched descriptions of the getaway car, according to police. He was charged with 1 count of first-degree robbery. Meantime, Jenkins is charged with 2 counts of first-degree robbery in Washington, and police in Post Falls are currently filing charges for the robbery in Idaho. New video tonight shows what looks to be people vandalizing the George Floyd mural in downtown Spokane. Dennis Smith posted this video on Twitter Sunday. It shows at least 2 men in dark hoodies tampering with the mural and then taking what looks to be pictures in front of that vandalism. They then put items in the back of a dark-colored pickup and drove away. A spokesperson with the Spokane police said the department has started an investigation into the vandalism.
A Rathdrum woman was sentenced to up to 25 years in prison today for murdering her newborn baby back in April of 2020. We do want to warn you the next story may be disturbing to some viewers. Elizabeth Keys was found guilty of second-degree murder and felony destruction of evidence.
Court documents show that Keys strangled her newborn to death before cutting the child's midsection. Prosecutors say she then tried to clean up the scene of the murder and other evidence, including her child's body. Her sentences for both charges will run consecutively. Today, the Secretary of Veterans Affairs was in Spokane to talk about improving care for local veterans. Dennis McDonough was at Man Grandstaff VA Medical Center tonight.
KREM 2's Morgan Trow was at the meeting tonight and has more on what McDonough wants to improve. Hi there, Morgan.
Hi, Regina. Mark. McDonough heard from local veterans and VA employees on how decisions made at the national level impact veterans here in Spokane. The secretary took some time to answer some of my questions, including what the biggest problems plaguing the new VA health record system are.
Thanks so much.
Dennis McDonough says he came to Spokane today after Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rodgers sent him a letter where she raised concerns about the electronic health record system, noting that her office was receiving an increasing number of complaints and pleas for help. In her letter, she wrote that veterans are not receiving their prescriptions, there is confusion with the new patient portal, and staff members want training on the new program. I asked the secretary what he's learned about the issues. He said there are a few major concerns so far.
Productivity, what that means for access, what that means for the great professionals we have here and their morale, and then what has been the experience on training, and do we have to augment that in any way to ensure best possible outcome for our vets, because that's at the end of the day what this is all about.
When I asked him what he was most worried about and the aspect he knows he needs to fix, he told me the training, making sure the staff members understand the ins and outs of the system and can access everything they need to make veterans' lives easier.
His review into the new health record system still has about 2 months left, but wants to assure veterans in Spokane that he is doing everything he can to keep everyone safe. Also, other related news, the Man Grandstaff director says that unless they see another COVID-19 outbreak, the VA is fully expecting to open the doors to a 24/7 urgent care center by the end of 2021. So good news to look forward to. Reporting in the newsroom, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
All right, Morgan, thank you. Well, news since you left work tonight, the state will announce who is moving back into phase 2 of reopening on Tuesday. The state will evaluate Washington counties on Monday.
And for a long time, Spokane County has been trending in the wrong direction in terms of those metrics. So here's what Interim Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez had to say about that in today's press conference.
So if nothing changes and the assessment is done exactly the same way that has been proposed, and there are no modifications, we're not meeting and will not meet those two metrics come next Monday.
So the two metrics he's talking about are case rates and hospitalizations. Right now we have 299 COVID cases per 100,000 people from April 11th through the 24th. That needs to stay at fewer than 200 to meet the reopening metrics for phase 3. We also have 8 hospitalizations per 100,000 people, and that needs to be fewer than 5.
Yeah, if we can get everybody vaccinated, we're going to be able to have very close to a completely normal kind of academic experience.
Well, there you have it. All students and staff at Washington State University will be required to get the COVID-19 vaccine to be on campus this fall. People can get a medical, personal, or religious exemption, but they do need to provide proof of that. The vaccine requirement starts on August 6, 2 weeks before fall classes begin. WSU is the state's first public university to make that kind of call. For a full list of what other universities and colleges are doing, you can text the word vaccine to that number right there. 509-448-2000 will send you all the information to your phone.
The Panhandle Health District is offering mobile vaccine teams for North Idaho businesses. The mobile teams will visit businesses and organizations who have at least 20 people in need of the vaccine. They'll be giving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to employees and their families. So to inquire about a mobile vaccine team coming to your business, just call that number on your screen right there, 208-415-5226. All right, let's switch gears for a moment to talk weather. If you are a fan of warm weather, both of us are, you are going to love the forecast for tomorrow.
Does that get a happy dance?
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, meteorologist Thomas Patrick out on the Outdoor Weather Center tonight. So, Thomas, I hear that it's going to be in the upper 70s. We're all so excited. Would you say maybe it's the best day that all three of us don't show up?
Yeah, maybe. We can't all three call in sick. Maybe I just will. You guys can still come to work.
If you do it, then I'll do it, and then Thomas will do it. It'll just be like a domino effect.
Somebody's going to be like, you three are up to something, aren't you?
How are you guys all sick at the same time?
Yeah, it is just going to be just fantastic for tomorrow. I would not be surprised if maybe somebody plays hooky, but I'm not condoning that kind of behavior. But the weather is trending in that direction. It was nice enough for today, upper 60s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but we'll be well into the 70s for tomorrow. The weather pattern just supports that. We just have the arch in the jet stream known as the ridge, so that supports the warmer than average temperatures. How much warmer? Well, about 15, maybe 20 degrees above average for tomorrow. That puts us in the mid to upper 70s across most of the region. I'm going 77 for tomorrow, and as you might expect, our normal warm spots like Lewiston and Moses Lake well into the 80s for tomorrow afternoon as well. It doesn't stay in the 70s this weekend, however, should stay dry for our area cities. The mountains will pick up some mountain shower activity, but I think that's just where it contains. So coming up, I'm going to explain why that is and how many days we will see in the 70s in our long-term forecast. So look for that in a few moments.
If he's going to hit one of us, I wanted him to hit me.
A Lewiston man says he jumped in front of a car to try to save his son from being hit. Tonight in a KREM 2 exclusive, he describes what happened and how his son is now doing.
Plus later, Bloom's Day Worldwide starts this Friday. We sat down with some runners that are taking the race international.